I did not know that Subnautica basically passes for a horror game. I looked at the box art and was like, oh, that looks so nice, so pretty and harmless, yay! I knew it's a survival game, but I play shooters most of the time, so I didn't think that a diving adventure would scare me. Little did I know. I remember standing on top of my life pod, staring at the open sea around me, quietly freaking out. I had no idea what to do. You don't get much of a tutorial in this game, you're just supposed to figure it out. Oh yeah, and my food and water meters were already ticking down. I love it now, looking back, but first time playing Subnautica, the topmost feeling was fear. I panicked and swam around aimlessly and died of dehydration. But the game had me hooked because as soon as I figured out how to keep myself alive, I felt super rewarded. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna die right away. Let's see if I can craft some items. Then I accomplished that and I felt even more rewarded. I think Subnautica is exceptionally well designed. The inventory is easy to navigate, and I was able to figure out crafting even without a tutorial. I just needed to have the courage to push past the initial barriers, and the game sucked me right in. It's still scary though. Many areas in Subnautica are actually safe, but swimming on the surface, not seeing what's lurking underneath, is terrifying. It's a bit less scary when diving, but underwater I was hit by the soundscape. All sorts of roars, clicks, and squeaks filled my ears, and on first hearing, all of it sounded dangerous. And you're supposed to dive into ever deeper and darker areas. But this is an absolutely ingenious kind of horror because the game doesn't bombard you with monsters. In my case, it simply triggers my fear of the deep sea, big time. One time I was in a cave over 1,000 meters below the surface and I got lost. I kid you not, I've never been so frightened in a video game in my life. Lost in this huge hell cave with poor visibility, slowly running out of water, and with my equipment running out of battery. I wasn't even scared of the wildlife at that point. It was much worse to be nearly taken out by my own poor navigation skills. You see, Subnautica doesn't give you a map. You get some waypoints, but most places go completely unmarked. It's up to the player to find them and leave beacons behind to make revisiting easier. I did actually find my way back to base eventually, and when I did, I was so relieved I wanted to cry. But I love these kinds of experiences, it's so brilliant. The accomplishments in Subnautica feel so much bigger because you've done more than just follow obvious waypoints set up by the game. Another thing, I absolutely love what the developers did with the marine life. I can't praise it enough because it truly feels like encountering living creatures simply going about their business. Some are dangerous, others harmless, but they're all part of an ecosystem that has nothing to do with the player character. These creatures aren't out to get you. They're just animals defending their territory. You'll probably get stung or bitten, but if you withdraw, they'll drop the chase. These are alien life forms, not monsters. While some of them are huge Leviathan-class predators, even they never felt like monsters to me. Okay, except for this thing. Worst jumpscare ever. Subnautica is not very difficult gameplay-wise, in my opinion. By far the biggest obstacle to me was that I had to overcome my fears and accept the fact that sometimes I just had no idea what I was supposed to do. Whenever in doubt, I just kept adding new stuff to my habitat. I'm usually not interested in building bases, but I was completely absorbed in the habitat building project in Subnautica. You get a few blueprints to start with, but in order to gain access to the best toys, you have to search for debris, scan them for new blueprints, and find building materials. It's incredibly satisfying, and once I managed to build vehicles, the game became super fun. I love freediving in this game, but zipping around in my Seamoth is even better. I have one single criticism. The seafloor spawns time capsules, which are greetings from other players, and I know it's with the best intentions, but these things may contain spoilers or items that you'd rather craft yourself. I missed a certain thing on my first playthrough, and I was eager to find it on my second round. But I happened to pick up a time capsule, and wonder oh wonder, it contained exactly the thing I was looking for. I dropped it, of course, and went on to find my item organically, but still. If you want to do the work yourself, maybe don't pick up time capsules. However, if you appreciate getting the occasional helping hand from other players, then maybe time capsules are precisely what you want to find. In addition to the phenomenal world building and gameplay, Subnautica also has an incredibly solid story. Basically, it's just about surviving and figuring out a way to get off the planet, but there are some additional surprise obstacles to overcome, which totally felt insurmountable to me when first introduced. I was like, there's no way I'll ever figure this out. But the story has a very satisfying way of resolving them, I think. And I love the ending. I've replayed this game several times now, and the ending always gives me the same beautiful bittersweet feels when I have to say goodbye to this gorgeous alien planet. If you love survival, crafting, base building type of game, I highly recommend Subnautica. I personally want a lot more of this, and I can't wait for Subnautica 2. Have you played Subnautica? What did you think? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.